Les barrages de sépia. Bon, par contre, je crois que j'ai déconné en lançant le jeu parce que j'ai pas envie d'arrêter. Non, c'est toujours le même truc. Ça, c'est toujours pareil. Je peux rien cliquer l'autre. Ok. Entrer les... Ah, ok, donc après, c'est une boucle d'équilibre. 660, attends. On va regarder c'est quoi le titre. Alors, SCP-660. Appelé. On va se teaser. Attendez. Ventre de terre. On va voir ça. L'objet est uni en céramique de forme irrégulière, mesurant environ 23 cm de haut et 28 cm de diamètre. Mais que son apparence ne vous trompe pas, c'est un organisme, un ventre. Oui, un ventre de terre. Tanana, je suis un teubé. Oh non, y a pas de... Y a pas de gameplay sur celui-là? Oh non, je vais pas vous lire un rapport. Vous irez lire le rapport chez vous. Voilà. Vous irez lire le rapport chez vous. Alors là, c'est SCP-143. Attendez quoi? Ça va trop vite. SCP-143, aussi appelé le bosquet de l'Ambois. Pareil, je vous laisserai aller le lire. Parce que je suis pas... Enfin, désolé, hein. Désolé, hein, mais je vais pas vous lire des rapports. Enfin, les gars, allez les lire. Non. Je suis là pour jouer à un jeu vidéo. SCP-261. Attends une minute. Oh non, c'était le meilleur SCP. Putain, mais je voulais jouer ça, moi. C'est un SCP, en gros. C'est une machine à boisson. Tu peux lui demander tous les liquides du monde. C'est pas stylé de fou? C'est stylé de fou. C'est vrai que ça a pas donné des scénarios cool. C'est vrai que le laisser dans SCP Containment Breach là en mode un item qui se balade, c'est mieux. Après j'aurais bien aimé peut-être un petit open space, tu peux aller te balader, il y a des SCP qui traînent. Du jus de John, exactement. Zoé, il est 4h du mat. Je suis presque prête. Il est 4h? Comment ça? Tu viens pas, Gen? Non. Je suis pas d'humeur. Ah, d'accord. Vous parlez de quoi? Hey Karl! On va assister à la conférence mensuelle. C'est quoi? Chaque mois, la fondation invite quelqu'un de célèbre à donner une conférence, afin de partager les nouvelles connaissances et les idées relatives au SCP. Pour ce mois-ci, ils ont invité le Dr Trevor. Il a une excellente réputation au sein de la fondation. Intéressant, je viens. Je vais t'envoyer le lien pour la conférence, attends une seconde. Le cours pour lequel vous vous êtes inscrit sur le point de commencer. Veuillez rejoindre la réunion et le système d'entraînement. Oh, let's go! Attends. Est-ce que c'est ce que je pense? Il est trop cool ce SCP si c'est ce que je pense. Attendez, je vérifie le SCP. Parce que là, il parle de SCP 1762. 1762. Normalement, c'est... Est-ce que c'est Zeris Flying Dragon? Oui, c'est ça. Oui, c'est ça. Herbie Dragon. C'est la boîte de dragon en papier. Let's go. Oh, c'est le meilleur SCP. C'est parti. Wouhou. Mise en place d'une connexion multijoueur. Wouhou. Ok, c'est parti. Alors le jeu est trop cool, hein. C'est le meilleur jeu SCP. C'est confirmé. Voilà, c'est mon jeu préféré SCP en tout cas pour l'instant. J'aime beaucoup SCP Stratégie, mais celui-là il est quand même... il est Gucci. Il est Gucci. Bon walking sim. Ta. Voilà. Parce que c'était un walking sim, hein. Faut pas déconner. Oh.
There are many stories in this world.
Dr.
Some
Wonder
are read
création.
widely all over the world. Some are hidden in dust and known only by a handful of people. Today I'm going to tell you a story no one else has heard before. A real story of mystery and wonder and adventure. And then you too will become the guardian of this story. The story takes place in a world of long ago. The hero of our story is a little boy. His name is Daniel.
C'est trop bien CP sa mère. Let's go.
One day, out of nowhere, Daniel got a serious
Ils ont fait
case
10
of
Razor, mais
chickenpox.
ils ont fait 10 Razor. Ils ont fait
It
The
looked
Vanishing
like
of
a
Edith
strawberry.
Finch, mais en
To
SCP.
make
Qu'est-ce que vous
sure
avez
he
fait?
didn't spread it to others, Mrs. Page, the principal, had him isolate in an attic. And so, in the attic he lived, all on his
Ah désolé, vous
own.
n'arrivez pas à lire. My bad.
Mr. Daniel, while up here in this attic, you'll have plenty of time to practice your penny whistle. I hope you'll practice well and prepare for next
Oh là là, pas besoin de ma
month's
tête.
art festival.
But Mrs. Page, the melody is so difficult.
Don't give up, boy. You don't give up before you fight.
J'avoue.
Daniel was reluctant at first, but he trusted Mrs. Page. And he knew
Accrochez, hein,
he should
accrochez,
listen.
Madame Page.
And so he practiced the penny whistle.
Quoi? Quoi? Mais ils ont câblé. C'est trop bien.
Suddenly, he heard some strange noises in the corner of the attic.
Huh? Who's there?
Daniel decided to go over and take a look.
Pardon? Mais non mais... C'est pas vrai. C'est pas la vraie vie là. Là on joue... Ah non mais on joue pas à ça. Mais frère, c'est trop bien fait. Ah non mais c'est n'importe quoi là. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? C'est trop bien foutu. Y'a un petit dragon.
It's a mouse trap, and there was a red origami paper dragon inside of it. Daniel carefully removed it. It was marvelous and beautiful. The only problem was part of its wing
C'est dragon.
was damaged. But Daniel found a way to repair it.
Quoi?
Daniel held the repaired paper dragon high up in the air, imagining that it soared over all the world below. He played and played with the paper dragon.
Wee! Woo! Dragon! Soar!
In the warm afternoon sun, Daniel had to fight his eyelids just to
Et le
keep
dragon
them
volait
open.
vraiment, les gars.
Could it be? Or is this all just a dream?
The next day, with boredom and loneliness weighing him down, he began to fiddle with the old radio.
Our town is located in the plains, where earthquakes are not particularly common. Although there are 17 fault zones around us, they are all
Le jeu est
inactive.
trop cool. Hein.
A scrunched up ball of paper rolled over to his feet.
Where did this paper ball come from?
Just as Daniel went to pick it up, the ball suddenly came to life, and it rolled away. Daniel chased after it.
Mais c'est trop bien. Reviens. Le papier. Le papier. C'est bon.
Just as he was about to seize the rolling paper
Elle se
ball,
transforme en dragon.
suddenly, terrible sparks erupted from it.
Non!
Before his very eyes, the paper ball began to grow, bigger and bigger. At that moment, a red figure suddenly appeared.
Oh, il nous a sauvés.
The red figure quickly subdued the paper ball and threw it into a cardboard box. Daniel studied the red figure carefully. It had a sticker on its fluttering wing. It was the paper dragon.
I wasn't dreaming. Thank you for saving me.
Daniel was grateful and very happy. He walked closer to the paper dragon, but the paper dragon seemed timid and afraid and backed away. Just then, Daniel had an
Il va lui faire des
idea.
potes.
He took out his penny whistle and slowly played a tune.
C'est trop mignon. Papier 1, Sharlax 0. J'avoue. C'est Sky, hein. On joue toujours en jeu SCP, hein. Le jeu est incroyable. C'est beau. C'est de l'art. C'est de l'art, je n'ai rien d'autre à dire.
The paper dragon enjoyed the sound very much. It began to move along with the rhythm, flipping up and down in the air. Soon the two were playing and dancing, just like old friends.
Non.
The paper dragon traced out a beautiful arc in the air, communicating with Daniel in a unique way.
My cherished friend, after many long years, we finally meet again. Tell me, how has your family been? A great thank you for playing that music for me. You know how I love the beautiful rhythm of that instrument. But we ought to take precautions, as the room is not stable. Do you still remember how the room works? You're welcome to
What?
visit any time.
The
Comment ça?
piece of paper then changed back into the shape of a paper dragon and flew into the cardboard box. The box closed shut, and a calm silence was restored to the attic. Daniel rushed to find a watercolor pen and marked the box with excitement in his fingertips.
Der Willy Dragon.
Over the next few days, the paper dragon came out often to play with Daniel. During this time, Daniel introduced many of his friends to the paper dragon.
That cat's name is Mrs. Carter.
Mais c'est trop bien.
Ever since I secretly fed her some fish for dinner, we've been good friends. That's Duke, Mrs. Jessica's pet. He doesn't like rainy days or Mrs. Carter.
J'avoue.
Only smoked sausages for his taste. And now, we are friends too. My name is Daniel. What's your name?
The paper dragon flapped its wings, as if it didn't understand him.
Well, since you like the sound of the penny whistle so much, why don't I just call you Penny? I'll keep practicing to make it sound better.
Daniel and Penny then played baseball together in the attic.
Let's play cat.
Non, il va le tuer. Non, c'est bon.
But just as they were in the middle of enjoying themselves, a violent shaking suddenly rose from the ground.
The stubborn earthquake is back at it, folks, and it seems even stronger than last
No!
time.
At this moment, the box suddenly shot open, and thick clouds of smoke billowed
Non, la
out,
boule.
followed by several paper balls. Penny attacked the paper balls without a moment's hesitation and promptly threw them back into the box. Penny then flew around in front of Daniel and rushed right back into the box. As the box
Elle peut pas rester.
closed, the earthquake stopped. Facing a friend's farewell without a formal goodbye, Daniel felt confused and lost. He moved the box to the center of the attic. Facing it, he practiced his penny whistle day in and day out. As the days went by, Daniel's playing became smoother.
Il devient un grand joueur de flûte.
One day, the box suddenly began to move. One,
Oh,
2, 3,
il y a d'autres dragons.
4. This time there were 4 paper dragons. But they weren't alone. Enemies began to jump out of the box too.
Earthquake! Another earthquake! This time it's reached a magnitude of
Oh no!
5.8!
In that small attic, the 4 paper dragons fought
Je me rappelle plus de
fiercely
SCP.
against the paper balls. This time, the paper balls used new tactics.
Ils s'aggrouppirent.
Clumped together into a single monstrous ball of paper.
Le bruit.
It began to shoot strong bursts of electric
No!
sparks at the paper dragons as they flew through the air. As they were hit, the paper dragons
No!
fell from the air, one after the other. Seeing the injured paper dragons, Daniel felt very distressed and anxious. Just then, one of the paper dragons painfully started to fly and gathered the remainder of its power. paper dragon transformed into a great beam of light and dove straight down to pierce through the monstrous paper ball. And then came another paper dragon. The monstrous paper ball was blasted to bits, exploding into smaller paper balls. Trembling, they struggled to escape back
Ramène la
to
boîte.
the box.
Vite! Vite!
The sacrificed paper dragons were reduced to swirling
Non, les
shreds
dragons.
of paper, and a silence pervaded. Peace and tranquility were restored
Bébou!
once
Bébou
again
dragon!
to the attic. Daniel saw the remaining 2 paper dragons lying on the floor, badly wounded. He rushed to grab some stickers and treated them at once.
Attends! Vite! Oui! C'est bon. C'est bon.
Suddenly, countless paper dragons began to gush from the box.
Quoi?
The 2 wounded paper dragons were repaired and began to fly.
C'est trop bien.
Like 2 colored threads, they merged with the other dragons, flying in unison. The dragons moved like a tide, flying freely through the attic. Daniel eagerly took out his penny whistle. He showed all his paper dragon friends the results of his hard work and practice.
M'en fous que c'est copyright. C'est quoi la fin? Je me rappelle plus. Je sais pas si c'est copyright, mais je m'en fous. Non, non, j'ai pas changé de jeu. C'est ça qui est incroyable. Je vais chialer. C'est trop bien, oui c'est trop bien, c'est un bangers. C'est what the fuck les gens qui ont fait ce jeu. Je vais chialer.
In the sweet melody of his playing, Daniel felt himself enter into the world of dragons.
C'est le jeu. Bonne. That's a bunny. C'est un dragon! Oh putain! Herbie dragon.
The paper dragons merged into a long letter and floated down towards Daniel to tell their story.
After the last war, the fantasy world enjoyed a long spell of peace and stability. But now, the giants have returned. They have launched ferocious attacks, trying to invade your world through the room. We are prepared to launch the final defense. Then we will have to destroy your room, for it is the last remaining entryway
Non!
into your world. this farewell will only be temporary. We will not be apart forever, and we will never forget our eternal mission of protecting you.
At that moment, the paper dragons flew back into the box. Daniel still couldn't fully understand what the paper dragons had meant, but he had a vague feeling in his heart that he may never see his new friends again.
Non. Je suis chialé.
A few days later, Daniel's chickenpox had fully recovered. He could now play the penny whistle very, very well. But the paper dragons never returned. Maybe it was time to leave and move on.
Earthquake warning! Magnitude 6.2! A massive earthquake is hitting our town! All townspeople, please leave your houses immediately and move to safe open spaces!
Just then, countless paper dragons
Wah!
shot from the cardboard box. However, it seemed like they were under attack, spinning and falling through the air in confusion.
What's happening?
Daniel quickly grabbed the stickers out from his bag and did his best to heal the injured paper dragons.
Non. C'est pire s'il meurt. Vite! Faut sauver les dragons. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Non! What the fuck?
But the paper balls swarmed together and pushed Daniel away, subduing him firmly in the corner. He couldn't move. Suddenly, ominous clouds rose from the box, and a violent
Oh
light
putain!
flashed
Il y a un
through
monstre.
the room. The figure of a giant slowly emerged from the thick clouds, and the entire attic became overwhelmed
Oh mon
with its
Dieu!
evil aura.
The earthquake is growing stronger, now with a magnitude of 7.1! Heaven almighty, are we doomed?
The giant unleashed
No!
its power maniacally. The paper dragons struggled against it, with no means of fighting
Mais c'est trop
back.
bien. Non mais je suis trop dedans là. C'est n'importe quoi.
At this critical moment, two paper dragons shined brilliantly. Together,
Oui.
they heroically
On rappelle que le
crashed
gosse
their
était en
bodies
quarantaine parce qu'il avait
into the
la varicelle.
giant. Daniel thought the giant had been defeated by the paper dragons, but soon he found that things would probably not be so simple.
Non! Ramenez un lance-flamme pour le géant.
Giant figure could still be seen in the thick smoke, looking evil and terrible. The attacks of the paper dragons had had no
No!
effect, and the giant had only grown stronger. It fought back with a new ferocity. The paper dragons were simply no match for it.
The earthquake is going stronger still! The greatest disaster this town has seen in over 100 years! My heavens! Will this nightmare ever end?
C'est le drama là, c'est la fin.
With the paper dragons now all but defeated,
Oh non!
Daniel spotted a frail figure in the distance. It was Penny. It flew gently in front of Daniel and affectionately rubbed its head against his fingers, as if this whole crisis had never happened.
Je suis chialé.
Daniel felt like Penny was trying to tell him something, but he didn't quite understand what. Penny then left Daniel, and soared into the air with a determination in its wings. Suddenly, the other paper dragons seemed to be summoned. They flew through the air, all together in unison, responding to the call without an ounce of hesitation. At that moment, Penny turned into a great red beam and rushed fast towards the giant. The other dragons followed, shining together like a shooting star. At that moment, Daniel seemed to see a real dragon flying.
No!
Wow.
A huge explosion from the impact drowned out everything else in the attic. The attic rained down with countless pieces of paper, the leftover scraps of the paper dragons. Daniel wanted to collect all of the pieces. He thought he could still fix them.
Non, je pars maintenant, Cam. Pas pour l'instant. Parce que je pleure là, donc... Assume. Bah attends. J'y suis. C'est bon. Oh non.
Goodbye, my friend.
The nightmare is over. The earthquake has stopped. With God's mercy, our town is safe. We thank you, Lord, for your protection.
A few days later, the art festival was held as scheduled.
Oh non.
Daniel attended the show with his penny whistle.
And now, Daniel Trevor will perform a
Attends, j'ai pas
penny
de-
whistle solo of a song titled Fly With Me.
Bon, c'est un t-shirt, mais c'est pareil. Oh non. Je sais pas si c'est parce que je suis fatigué ou quoi, mais... Bon, après ça, on arrête. savais même plus quoi commenter.
And that's how the story ends. Now, you might be wondering, what happened next? Are there still paper dragons in the world? Well, that's a difficult question to answer. But I believe that they are still protecting us somewhere in this world, just like they promised they would, forever, into eternity.
Succès déverrouillé, Hervé Dragon. Oh putain, l'intervenant. Oh non. Dragon, envole-toi. Je peux plus lire, je peux plus rien faire. SCP-1762 est actuellement confiné à l'Institut de recherche Sharlax, dont le docteur Daniel est le directeur adjoint. Cette boîte en carton n'a plus fait des siennes depuis. Comment tu sais tout ça, Gen? Je croyais que tu n'avais pas assisté à la conférence mensuelle. Gen a passé 2 ans sous la direction du docteur Trésor à faire des recherches sur SCP-1762, alors il en sait beaucoup plus que nous. Waouh! Et je vous ai dit 1000 fois que ce SCP en particulier ne m'allait vraiment pas. Oh allez, Gen. Mais sincèrement, t'imagines trier des piles de contes de fées au milieu de tous ces petits dossiers? C'est adorable. Ça suffit comme ça. Je vais me mettre au travail, mais je vais insister à nouveau sur ce point. Ce SCP en particulier ne m'allait vraiment pas. Cela fait maintenant 1 mois que je suis ici, j'ai fini par prendre mes marques. Bien que mon travail se limite à traiter des dossiers d'archives, je ne risque pas de m'ennuyer. Quelques blagues absurdes, mis à part la plupart des archives, sont vraiment fascinantes. J'ai des hallucinations ces derniers temps. J'ai l'impression que quelqu'un m'appelle une voix faible et incertaine. On dirait qu'elle essaye de communiquer avec moi, mais je ne comprends pas un mot de ce qu'elle dit. Pour tout vous dire, j'avais prévu d'en parler à un médecin, mais selon c'est un syndrome typique des nouveaux. Et ça devrait disparaître en quelques jours. J'espère qu'elle a raison. Bon, on va arrêter. Je sais pas si on peut quitter comme ça. Je sais pas si ça sauvegarde en fait. Si je fais menu principal, il se passe quoi? Attendez. Je veux juste être sûr. Non, c'était vraiment bien. Ouais, c'est bon, on peut continuer. Ah, il y a des documents? Oh! Oh! C'est trop beau. Attends, mais c'est un vrai CP le désert? Je comprends plus. Attends. Attends 2 secondes. Ça fait un moment que j'avais pas pleuré comme ça en plus. Hein. Je vous le dis. Je vous le dis parce que c'est vrai donc. C'est combien? 7000. Mais moi aussi je vais y aller de toute façon. Bonne nuit à vous. Bye bye. C'est quoi? 74,57. Non, c'est pas un vrai SCP-74. Bon, j'imagine qu'après ça va le devenir. Mais pour l'instant, ça n'est pas un vrai. Ok, bon bah écoutez. On va arrêter là. Je vais vous souhaiter à tous une bonne journée, une bonne soirée, une bonne vie. Au revoir et à la prochaine.